Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another presentation from the communications team at the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind, featuring girls volleyball between the high school varsity teams of Colorado Springs Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind with a 5-game maximum. Deborah Vajuri to serve for the Bulldogs to open the action. Over it comes and out of bounds. That's a point. Vajuri and Orantes and Annabelle Weaver on the contact for the Bulldogs that time. Padilla hits the serve. One more hit for the Bulldogs, and Padilla sends it over. Hornets send it right back. Returned by CSDB. One more hit for the Bulldogs. It comes over. Padilla hits it. Another set. And Vajuri gets it over the net. Back by the Hornets. Sent back over by Gonzalez. Vajuri saves it for the Bulldogs. A nice return over the net. Good volley going on here. And the Hornets prevail. But a great volley between the two teams. Players can only hit the ball once unless another teammate hits it after them. And you get 3 hits to get it over the net. 9-3 Hanover. Sweezy still serving. 2 hits by the Bulldogs. Padilla sends it way over, but too long over the end line on the other side. Nice return by Padilla, but a little strong, and it's the break that CSDB needed to stop that run by Hanover. It did not make it over the net. It's 13-4 Hanover. And Orantes will serve for the Bulldogs. Nice, strong serve deep into the backcourt of Hanover. 2 hits, 1 more left, and they don't get it over the net. Point to CSDB. Rosa Molina Orantes, a 9th grader here at CSDB. She'll serve again. Spins the ball in her left hand, throws it up, hits it with her right hand. Another good, strong serve. 2 hits by Hanover. 3rd to get it over, and they don't. Valley Diaz hit it right into the net. And another point, 3 in a row for the Bulldogs. It's 13-6 Hanover. Orantes again on the serve. 1 hit, 2 hits as it's set up, and this time Hanover gets it over. Padilla hits it, Orantes hits it, and Vajuri gets it over the net. Hanover returns it, but out of bounds, and that will be a point for the Bulldogs, who are on their own roll now at 13-7. 4 points in a row. And Orantes to serve again. Her right-handed line drive serve goes way deep. 1 more hit for Hanover. They do get it over. Vajuri hits it. Padilla hits it, but not enough to get it over the net. Point to Hanover, and they will serve with Scout Anderson serving. And Vajuri can't dig that one out. It's a point to Hanover. Their serve is returned twice and over the net. Great little return by Mariah Gonzalez. It hit the top of the net, but just trickled over. And it's 15-8 Hanover by 7. Annabelle Weaver to serve. Underhanded, right-handed serve. Returned by Hanover. Orantes hits it. And Padilla hits it into the net. It's a point to Hanover, 16-8. The Hornets lead. The Hornets in all blue shirts and shorts with gold trim and highlights and gold numbers. Right-handed serve by Hanover, and Banjiri dives for it, but her return goes out of bounds. This is Lexi Ricks, a junior, serving for Hanover. 17-8, the Hornets lead by 9. Her serve dug by Banjiri, hit by Orantes. One more time to get it over, and they do. Onto Hanover's side. 2 hits, 1 left. It comes over. Oh, Banjiri with a great effort. But the set over by Lavana Sweezy scores a point for Hanover. It's 18-8. The visitors out in front here in the CSDB gym. Long high serve, and Banjiri has it go off her hands. Couldn't quite get it set up for a teammate. And it's 19-8 Hanover. 25 is the game. Orantes on the return for the Bulldogs, and it lands in front of Adriana Isaias, and it's 19, now 20-8. Hanover pulling away with a 12-point lead right now. There's no time limit in volleyball. You just play to 25 points. Line drive serve this time. Orantes hits it for the Bulldogs, and then it lands between 3 players for another point for Hanover. 21-8, momentum to Hanover. Here's the serve, hit by Gonzalez. Mariah Gonzalez sends it out of bounds on the Hanover side. It's 22-8. Hornets on top. Ricks still serving. That one fell at her feet. She didn't swing at it, so she gets to serve again. Right-handed overhand serve. Returned by CSDB, but the return back from Tegan Boughton of Hanover fell between players. And it's now 23-8 Hanover. Right-handed serve, line drive. Banjiri with a nice return for the Bulldogs. Back over by Gonzalez. And it falls in between Hanover players. CSDB stops their run, and they will serve trailing 23-9 now. Mariah Gonzalez to serve for the Bulldogs. An overhanded, right-handed serve. Nice serve. Returned once, hit twice by Hanover. It has to go over now, and it does. The Bulldogs set it up, and it falls between a couple of players. Sometimes those in-between balls, the players don't know who's going to take it. And that time it fell in Hanover's favor. They will serve for on the opposite side of the net. Hanover will get the ball to begin the game. And Sweezy will be serving again. Pounds the ball onto the floor 3 or 4 times with her right hand. Now dribbles it twice. Right-handed overhand serve. Another line drive. Falls in front of Padilla for a point for Hanover. Those line drives are really hard to handle. Sweezy to serve again. Pounds the ball into the floor, then dribbles it twice low. Right-handed overhand serve. Nice return this time by Isaias. And over it goes. Hanover hits it twice. One more time, they get it over. CSDB sets it. Padilla hits it. And Banjiri sends it over the net. 1 hit by Hanover. 2, set up, and over it comes. Returned by the Bulldogs, and Weaver just can't quite get to it. A good hit by Mariah Gonzalez, just out of the reach of Weaver. 2-0 Hanover here in the second game. And that serve goes into the net, so that's a point for CSDB, and they will serve with Deborah Banjiri serving for the Bulldogs. 2-1 Hanover. Banjiri slaps the ball to the floor twice. With her left hand, tosses it in the air. Right-handed overhand serve. Great serve. 2 hits by Hanover, and they don't get it over. Isabella Mitchell whiffed on that. took a swing at it for Hanover but couldn't get it over. We're tied at 2. Banjiri to serve again. Two swats to the floor with the ball. Right-handed overhand serve, nice and high. Hit returned by Hanover. Hit once by CSDB, and over it goes. Arantes sent it back over, and point to CSDB. They take the lead at 3-2. Banjiri to serve again. Tosses the ball up with her left hand. Nice line drive serve, and it goes out of bounds. Hit by Hanover, and it went backwards. Valley Diaz on the hit. 4-2 CSDB. Very effective serve that time. Hard to handle by Hanover, and it went back over their own end line. Banjiri with a serve. Deep this time. Hit once by Hanover, twice, and they get it over. Returned by CSDB, but short of the net that time as Adriana Isaias couldn't quite get it over the net. And it's 4-3. CSDB still in the lead. And Scout Anderson to serve for the Hornets. She's a senior at Hanover. Her serve just clears the net and falls in front of Padilla for a Hanover point, and we're tied at 4. Ball just made it over the net that time. This one a little higher. It falls in front of Banjiri, and she digs it out, but right into the net, and Hanover takes the lead at 5-4. Scout Anderson still serving for the Hornets. This one just clears the net again, and it goes out of bounds after being struck by Adriana Isaias. 6-4 Hanover. Hornets won the first game, 25-9. This serve over the net, hit by Padilla, and then Arantes, and out of bounds on the far side after Banjiri touched it a third time, and it's 7-4 Hanover. The serve by Anderson, high and over the net. Back returned on one swat by CSDB, 2 hits by Hanover, and an attempt to spike it over the net. Lexi Ricks hit it right into the net for Hanover, so the Bulldogs will get the serve and a point. They pulled it within 2 at 7-5. Arantes to serve for the Bulldogs. Nice, strong line drive serve deep into the backcourt, hit twice by Hanover, and over it goes. No, it doesn't. Valley Diaz took a good swing at it, but she hit it right into the net, and it's 7-6. The Bulldogs now within 1. Rosa Molina Arantes, a freshman, to serve again. Right-handed overhand serve, line drive again, and I believe it was in. Hanover let it go, thinking it might go out of bounds, but it landed just inside the line, and we are tied at 7-7. Arantes on a roll as a server. Another good serve, hit once by Hanover, twice. And they get it over, even though it hit the net. Returned by CSDB. One more hit. Banjiri didn't quite get it over. Good volley there. Good return by the Bulldogs, just not high enough to get off over the net. And we have a substitution as Emily Sanchez Vasquez comes in for the Bulldogs, and Annabelle Weaver will sit down. Players bump forearms on the way to and from the bench. Sanchez Vasquez, a junior here, replacing Annabelle Weaver, a senior. Hanover serving, leading 8-7. Low serve, and Arantes couldn't quite dig it out for the Bulldogs, and it's 9-7 Hanover. Lexi Ricks serving for Hanover. Right-handed overhand serve, short of the net. Point to the Bulldogs. It's now 9-8 Hanover. And going back to serve is Emily Sanchez Vasquez for CSDB. Bounce the ball 3 times. Holds it in her left hand. She's going to serve underhand, right-handed. Nice high serve. Just clears the ceiling. 2 hits by Hanover. Third into the net. And the Bulldogs have tied it at 9. That ball almost skimmed the ceiling on the way over. It was that high. Sanchez Vasquez to serve again. Pounds the ball twice, spins it into her left hand. Swings her right arm and sends it over the net. Hit once by Hanover, twice, and a whistle to stop action. Not sure what the officials saw, but CSDB retains the serve. And Sanchez Vasquez, that right hand underhand swing, nice high serve, clearing the net easily. 3 hits and over by Hanover, and it's just in bounds, just out of reach of Sanchez Vasquez, and Hanover takes the lead 10-9. They'll be serving with Mackenzie Mason doing the serving. She's a sophomore in Hanover. Spins the ball, tosses it in the air, overhand serve. A nice return by Orantes, but it came right back from Hanover, and the Hornets score a point to go ahead 11-9. Servers have the option of serving either underhand or overhand. Different players have different preferences. And Mason here for the Hornets likes to serve overhanded. Orantes returns it once. Padilla hits it, and over the net by the Bulldogs. 1 hit by Hanover, 2. And the third one clears. Orantes dives for it, and a great little dink shot by Padilla. Dink meaning she just kind of touched it enough to get it over the net and found an empty spot between the Hornets, and CSDB pulls within 1. It's Hanover 11-10. Mariah Gonzalez to serve for the Bulldogs. Nice serve over the net. 1 hit, 2 hits by Hanover, and third it comes over. Orantes hits it. Padilla hits it over the net. Returned by Hanover. 1 hit, and it just kind of rolled off the fingers that time of Mariah Gonzalez, and no other teammate could reach it. So Hanover gets a point to go up by 2. And they will get the serve. Here's the substitution coming into the game for Hanover, as Allison Rogers comes in for the Hornets. They serve. Orantes hits it once. Banjuri with a great return and over the net. Great volley that time. Banjuri made a dive to save the ball, and Adriana Isaiah sent it back over. Point to CSDB. It's 12-11 Hanover. And Marie Padilla will serve for the Bulldogs. Marie's a junior here at CSDB. Nice, strong overhand serve. Hit once by Hanover, twice, and over the net it comes, and returned into the net by Gonzalez of CSDB. So point to Hanover, giving them a 2-point lead. And the serve, it'll be Tegan Boughton serving for the Hornets, and her serve just in bounds. That was a tough one. CSDB decided to let it go, and it landed just in bounds for a Hornet point. They lead by 3. Boughton to serve again. Nice high serve over the net. Hit once by Orantes, and over it goes. 1 hit by Hanover, 2. The third hit clears. Padilla hits it, and Banjuri can't quite get enough elevation on it to get it over the net. That was a tough chance there. 4-point lead for Hanover at 15-11. Boughton still serving for the Hornets. Right-handed overhand serve. Hit once and twice. Banjuri needs to get it over, and it rolled off her fingertips. A little frustrated there, but tough chance again. 16-11, Hanover. Hornets won the first game. You must win 3 to win the match. That ball, that serve just out of bounds. Good break for CSDB there. Good choice to let it go as it landed just outside the sideline on the far side of the court. It's 16-12. Point to CSDB and the serve with Isaiah serving. Returned by Hanover, and Bulldogs can't quite get it over. So 17-12 now. Hanover with a 5-point lead. And the serve, it'll be Lavana Swayze serving for the Hornets, and she's had a lot of success in this match so far. Really pounds the ball into the floor with her right hand. her serving hand, then dribbles it twice down low. Tosses it, hits it with her right hand. Into the net, though. No success this time. Point to CSDB, making it 17-13. And Deborah Banjiri will serve for the Bulldogs. 2 dribbles. Tosses the ball with her left hand, serves. Nice high and deep. 1 hit by Hanover. 2 has to come over now. And they get it over. Returned by the Bulldogs, 2 hits. And this one goes way over and out of bounds. A little strong by Rosa Molina Orantes that time. Point to Hanover, 18-13. Good work by the Bulldogs, just a little strong on that return. And out of bounds over the back line. Hanover serving. Line drive serve, returned by Adriana Isaias. Good return, and Hanover wasn't able to handle it. It's 19-14 now. Hanover by 5 with Orantes to serve for the Bulldogs. Nice long line drive, too long and out of bounds, so the point goes to Hanover. It's 20-14. They just changed the scoreboard. Banjiri on the return for CSDB. Good return. Hanover hit it twice but got away with it, and they returned it to the CSDB side. Good return there on the 3rd hit by the Bulldogs, and it almost falls short, but Hanover got it over. Bulldogs return. Hanover with a spike, and Bulldogs can't quite get it over. Good effort by both teams that time. Good volley. Hanover scores the point. Serving for Hanover now, Yadina Martinez. Retained by Orantes, and the officials blow a whistle to reset. Not sure what the call is here, but Hanover, according to the scoreboard, leads by 6, 20-14. And Martinez to serve once again. She's a freshman at Hanover. The officials are consulting with the official scorebook here. I think it's 21-14 Hanover, but the scoreboard says 20-14. So there's a lot of consultation going on over at the scorer's table. Hanover again looking for their first win on the season after 4 losses. CSDB is 0-1 and playing their first home game. Now they seem to have straightened things out, and play will resume with Hanover still serving with a 6-point lead. Dira Martinez serving for the Hornets. Right-handed overhand serve. Line drive, and Orantes tries to set it, but it goes out of bounds into the bleachers on the far side of the court, and it's 21-14 Hanover. Bulldogs could use a stop right here. 2 swats at the ball by Martinez. Now the serve, line drive again. Banjiri digs it. Orantes hits it. Needs to go over now, and not quite. Isaias couldn't quite get it over. It goes into the net, and an 8-point lead for Hanover now. 22-14. Martinez still serving for Hanover. A right-handed overhand server with a lot of power behind her serves. Orantes hits it once, Padilla hits it a second time, and it falls between 2 Bulldogs, and it didn't go over. A 9-point lead for Hanover now at 23-14. Yadira Martinez serving for Hanover. Her serve and line drive again. Banjiri does a nice job of hitting it once. Sanchez Vasquez twice, and Patilla gets it over. 2 hits by the Hornets, and the 3rd one comes over. Hit once, then twice by Banjiri, and out of bounds. And a couple of the Bulldog players collide, go to the ground, nobody hurt. 24-14. Hanover will serve for the win. Substitution on their side of the court as Skyla Ricks comes in. Martinez to serve for the win. The Hornets ahead 24-14. To serve, another line drive. Majuri has a tough time with it. It hits the floor. Point and game to the Hornets. They lead 2 games to none. They need to win 3 to win the match. Both teams come to the sidelines to get instructions from their coaches. Bulldogs scored more points in that second game, but not enough to get the victory. Their coach encouraging patience right now. And the Hornets gathered around their coach, Jeff Portwood, coach for Hanover. (25-14) the final score of game 2. Bulldogs need to win this game to force a 4th game. Maximum of 5 at the high school varsity level, if need be. And again, we'll remind you that if it does go to a 5th game, that game was only played to 15 points, not 25. Some tough servers on the Hanover team. Very strong. Ball coming across the net with a lot of speed and sometimes very low trajectory, making it difficult to return. No time limit in volleyball, but you are allowed timeouts. Scoreboard shows that each team will have 2 for this 3rd game. 2 opportunities to call timeout, talk things over. Bulldogs just about ready to break the huddle, stack up their hands. One official is over at the scorer's table, getting some things squared away. The Hornets have not broken their huddle yet either. Now a whistle from the officials, and the 2 teams will retake the court. There's the stacking of the hands as coaches Espinoza and Julie Walker stack up the hands of the Bulldogs, and they go back to the floor. Lineup for this 3rd game will be Annabella Weaver, Rosa Molina Orantes, Deborah Bangieri, Marie Padilla, Adriana Isaias, and Mariah Gonzalez. Front court is Gonzalez, Orantes, and Weaver, and the back court is Padilla, Isaias, and Bangieri. Bulldogs will get the first serve with Bangieri to serve for CSDB. 0-0. We start the 3rd game. Deborah is an overhand server. Pounds the ball twice. That's her routine. Tosses it with her left hand. There's the serve. Nice strong serve deep into the backcourt. Hit twice by Hanover, and over it comes on the 3rd try. Arante sends it back for CSDB. And a good spike there by Martinez. Yadira Martinez with a spike that lands low and hard on the court between CSDB players. Hanover off to a 1-0 lead. Isabella Mitchell to serve for the Hornets. She's a sophomore. Right-handed overhand serve, but it doesn't make it near the net. Falls short. Tied at 1 apiece with Arantes to serve for CSDB. Good line drive serve by Arantes, returned by Hanover. Hit once, now twice by CSDB, and over by Mangieri. And Martinez can't get it back that time for Hanover, and the Bulldogs pull out in front 2-1. Arantes to serve again. Right-handed overhand server. That ball goes out of bounds. You might have heard the Hanover team yell out. They let it go, and it landed just out of bounds. We're tied at 2. Serving now is Emma Grove, a 9th grader for Hanover. Good serve by her, and the return by Weaver goes out of bounds on the Hanover side, and the Hornets pull ahead 3-2. Grove to serve again for Hanover. Underhanded right-hand serve, returned by Padilla, but not over, and it's a point to Hanover. 4-2 Hanover. Grove, another swing from underhanded. This one goes into the net, so a point to the Bulldogs, and they get the serve. It's 4-3 Hanover. Annabelle Weaver, a senior here at CSDB, is going to be substituted for. She went back to serve, but she's being substituted for by Emily Sanchez Vasquez taking the floor. Emily's a junior here at CSDB. Pounds the ball twice, holds it in her left hand, and she'll swing underhanded with her right hand, but the ball hits the ceiling and falls short of the net. Point to Hanover. And Martinez to serve with a 5-3 lead for Hanover. Right-handed overhand serve, hit hard and returned over the back line. Mangieri makes a great effort to get to the ball and try to get it back to the net, but it was too far to get back. 6-3 Hanover. Martinez, a very strong server for Hanover. A lot of power and low line drives. This time returned by Arantes. Padilla hits it, and over the net. Hanover hits it once, twice, 3 times. No, they can't get it back over the net. So it's 6-4 as the Bulldogs pick up a point. And the serve, it'll be Mariah Gonzalez to serve for the Bulldogs, a sophomore here at CSDB. Dribbles the ball 3 or 4 times on the floor. Underhanded right hand, overhanded, excuse me. Martinez hits it, and they can't get it back over. Hanover cannot return on 3 different hits as Isabella Mitchell hit it into the net, and it's a point to CSDB. 6-5, Hanover ahead, with Gonzalez to serve again. Tosses it with her left hand, right-handed, good serve. Returned by Martinez, second time by Hanover, and the third one goes into the net as Allison Rogers could not get it elevated. And we're tied, 6-6. Gonzalez to serve again. Dribbles the ball, tosses it with her left hand. Nice serve, but it's going to be out of bounds as it went off the left side of the court, off the sideline. Point to Hanover. They lead now 7-6. And serving for them will be Allison Rogers. And her serve is short. Hits the net, almost came over, but fell back on Hanover's side. Break for the Bulldogs. Tied at 7. And Marie Padilla will serve for CSDB. She's a junior here. Right-handed overhand serve. It's going to be short of the net. Point and serve to Hanover. 8-7, the Hornets lead. The ball gets rolled back into their end of the court, and Valley Diaz will serve for them. Right-handed overhand serve, line drive, hit by Gonzalez, and can't get quite over the net. It's 9-7, Hanover. Diaz still serving for Hanover, almost out of bounds, and Padilla tries to dive for it. Good hustle, good effort, but a point to Hanover. 10-7 Hanover. Right-handed overhand serve. Arantes hits it for the Bulldogs. Banjiri gets it over. One hit, two by the Hornets, and they get it over, and Gonzalez can't handle it. It goes out of bounds on the far side of the court. That'll be a point to Hanover, putting them ahead by 4 at 11-7. Diaz still with a serve for Hanover. Gets it over the net. Gonzalez hits it once. Arantes hits it, and Banjiri tries to get it over the net, but couldn't get the ball elevated. It was a low set by Arantes. 3 hits and out, and Hanover picks up a point to make it 12-7. Here's the serve. Padilla hits it once. Gonzalez hits it, and an attempt to get it over the net fails. It'll be another point for Hanover. They lead 13-7 now. Bulldogs could use a stop right here. Serve. Arantes hits it, and it goes way out over the back line as it went the wrong direction. 14-7 Hanover, and a timeout by CSDB. 7-point deficit. It is a 1-minute timeout. As we said, each team gets 2. Here in game 3, Hanover won the first 2 games, and they lead by 7 in this game, 14-7. First team to 25, if they win by 2, wins the game. And CSDB needs to win this game to force a 4th game. Bulldogs getting their instructions on how to turn things around here. 10 seconds left in the timeout. And time has expired on the timeout. The whistle to resume play. Both teams break their huddles and back onto the floor. Front line for the Bulldogs is Arantes, Banjiri, and Isaias. Back line is Padilla, Gonzalez, and Sanchez Vasquez. Here's the serve by Hanover, hit by Arantes up in the air and out of bounds on the Bulldog side. Point to Hanover. It's 15-7. And a substitution for the Bulldogs as Annabelle Weaver comes back in to replace Emily Sanchez Vasquez. Weaver will go to the backcourt. Here's the serve by Hanover. Right-handed overhand serve. Falls between 2 Bulldogs, and it's 16-7 Hanover. You see it frequently in volleyball, confusion sometimes among players. Are you going to get it, or am I going to get it? Here's the serve by Hanover, hit by Gonzalez, and short of the net. 17-7 now, Hanover ahead. Bulldogs scored 14 in that second game. Their best effort in this match. Here's the serve, line drive, and returned, but out of bounds. You could hear the Hanover Hornets yelling, out, out, out. It's 18-7 Hornets. And a substitution. 2 substitutions coming in for Hanover as Abigail Fordham and Ramaya Ackerson come into the game. A couple of freshmen getting into the action as the Hornets have an 11-point lead, and the officials call for a resumption of play. Nice return by Gonzalez that time, and Hanover couldn't dig it. Excellent return on a very tough serve to handle. Bulldogs get a point to make it 8 for them, 18 for Hanover. And the Bulldogs get the serve with Adriana Isaias serving. Right-handed overhand serve deep into the backcourt of Hanover, and they cannot return it. One player got a hand on it, but it wasn't a very good set, and it went to the floor. Point to CSDB, 18-9. Isaias to serve again. right-handed overhand serve. Good, strong line drive, and they don't get it over. Point to the Bulldogs. Thought it might just skim, and that could have been trouble for CSDB, but it fell on the Hanover side. It's 18-10 as the Bulldogs cut the 20-14. With Fordham serving again. 6-point Hanover 15. Best score of the afternoon for CSDB. Pounds the ball with her right hand, spins it in her left. Underhanded, right-handed server. Nice lofty serve over the net. Hit once, hit twice by Hanover, and out of bounds on the third hit. It came off of Skylar Ricks and out of bounds on the far side of the court. CSDB now down only by 3 points. Another serve forthcoming from Sanchez Vasquez. Underhanded, right-handed serve. Nice and lofty again. Hit once by Hanover and over. Padilla hits it, and here's the set again. And a little too far that time. Adriana Isaias, a little strong on the return. Makes the score 24-20 Hanover. They will serve for the game. And it's Ramaya Ackerson, a freshman, that will serve for the win. Substitution coming in for Hanover. This will be, well, they didn't get the substitution in on time. The official sent the player back to the bench. Here's the overhand.